Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie. We got a lot to talk about. I said I wasn't going to go live today, but so much is happening. So much is being added on to the Donald Trump and the Bubba situation. It's the Bubba of it all, you know? Bubba this, Bubba that. Bubba had a good old time with Dunny and rocked the mic right. Okay, everybody, who we talking about? Donald Trump. That's who we talking about. Hit that like button as you all are coming in. Please hit the like button for me. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. In my description is my Venmo and my PayPal link. So if you would like to bless me that way, it is open to you to do as well. Get you a membership, you won't regret it. In the memberships, there's things that the regular subscribers and the other viewers will never get to see, but you do. I even have some of those court cases that came up yesterday about Dunny and his devilment that he has been doing. Yes. Um, Donald Trump forgets he used to be a Democrat. So when he mentions that Epstein was a Democrat, so were you. You became a Republican because you said if you ever run for anything in the government, that you was run as a Republican because they believe everything on Fox News and that they were the dumbest people ever. You also said during your rally in 2024 that you love the uneducated. So MAGA, he has insulted you on so many levels, but he didn't lie. Hello, King. Hello, Queen Mimi. How you doing? Welcome to my live. I love each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens. So I'm going to kind of give a run through of what we're going to be talking about today. MAGA is falling apart as Trump goes after Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump's team is failing him, but he's the one that's leading them. So he's the main failure. The leader is the failure. The photo painting of Bill Clinton that was on Epstein's wall in Epstein's home. Trump, more talk about Trump giving Bill the Glock 3000. Straight white men don't exist. That's what another white man has to say. So that's not my point of view. That's another white man that's going to tell you what he thinks. MAGA unveils Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump continuation to bash one another. And we'll hear something from one of Epstein's survivors, Lisa Phillips. Donnie continues to try to play with Bill's pity pat, his Glock 3000. Hello, Queen Lillie. Yes, okay. Let me get it together. Let me take a sip of water. Queen Lillie wants me to sing happy birthday with her sister, and I don't mind doing it. And her name is Reese. Happy birthday, dear Reese. Happy birthday, dear Reese. Happy birthday, dear Reese. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reese. Queen Mimi says, I think that this is the pizza gate that we were talking about. And did he mention pizza boxes in a phone call? Well, that's true what you said, but we're not talking about pizza gate. It may be related, but right now we're talking about Thousand Gate, the Bubble Gate, Donald Trump. He was giving some head, giving some head. That's what we're talking about. Hello, King Lucky. Hello, King Johnny. Hello, Queen Cara. How you doing? I hope I'm saying your name correctly. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, hit that like button as you all are coming in. Happy Saturday to each and every last one of y'all. We're talking about Donald Trump and Bubba. Yeah. And how Donnie rocks the mic right. I didn't delete that. I pray it's something I wanted to show y'all. I'm praying I did not delete it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. So we're going to take a listen to United Now. Everything I show is fair use, great for entertainment purposes, great for educational purpose, and great research. And I always throw some comedy in there. But what are we doing, everybody? Research. Yeah. So United Now is going to let us know what he think about what's going on with Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's a war started in the MAGA Republican Party.
Is continuing to fall apart this morning as Donald Trump is attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie for simply demanding the Epstein files be released. Here's what he had to say this morning. Lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left, performed poorly on the pathetic View, and became the rhino that we all know she always was. Just another fake politician, no different than Rand Paul Jr., Thomas Massie, who got caught being a full-fledged rhino. Make America great again. Here's the text that Marjorie Taylor Greene sent to Donald Trump that set him off. Notice how there's nothing in here that's bad or disrespectful at all. She doesn't accuse him of doing anything bad. She mentions Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and also says he should lean into this and expose the deep state. This is what happens every time Donald Trump feels threatened. Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't break ranks. They just asked for transparency. They simply want to see the Epstein files be released, and they want to see all of the powerful people involved get held accountable. This should be the most non-controversial, bipartisan position in the world. But since Trump knows his name is in there and that he's involved, he's lashing out on anybody who wants to see these files get released. MAGA is continuing to fall apart this morning as Donald Trump is
Donald Trump, you know why he said brown? Because her last name is Green. But Donald Trump hates black and brown people. So he thinks that it's an insult calling her brown, saying that green turns brown. Donnie, every brown person look better than you, and every black person look better than you. Watch your mouth, boy. So poor Donnie, his team is falling apart more and more and more.
Hey, Donald, it's been a minute. We wanted to drop in and let you know the Epstein cover-up isn't working. You know why, right? It's not you. It's your team. Pam Bondi, you might think she looks hot, but she's really screwed up this cover-up. Kash Patel, he put 1,000 FBI agents on the Epstein files. Agents who read everything about you. Every mention, every secret. That's 1,000 people who can ask your secrets. Oops. Dan Bongino, he saw what was there. And now he's a loose cannon. Ready to leak. Ready to blow. Todd Blanche, his interview with Ghislaine Maxwell backfired, but you're too dumb to understand yet. Mike Johnson, he told people you were a snitch for the FBI. That didn't go well, did it? Carolyn Levitt, she's no Sarah Huckabee Sanders, is she? Thinner, sure, but dumb by a long shot. You know no one believes her. Your team is falling, Donald. No one buys the files. Even your own people know you're covering up something dark, something evil. You've tried everything to escape, but Jeffrey Epstein hurts you. All the women he abused, all the children he trafficked, all the girls he raped. Were you there, Donald? Did you watch? Participate? Did you hear their screams? Or did you cause them? You're covering up the Epstein files, but no one can cover up that forever.
And that comes from the Lincoln Project, y'all. The Lincoln Project. Donnie, you can run, but you can't hide. Run, run, Rudolph. They're coming for you, Donnie. Run with me. Run quick, see. Do you wanna? They're coming for you, Donnie. Run, Rudolph, run. So this is a photo where a painting that was in Epstein's home. And guess who the painting is? Oh, Billy boy. Bubba. Yep, this is a true painting that was in Epstein's home. This is a painting that was in Epstein's home. I showed y'all that video of his apartment in New York. This is Bubba. That's who Donald Trump did the Glock 3000 for. Bill Clinton, Bubba. More on Donnie giving Bill Clinton the Glock 3000.
Giving Bill Clinton a blow up was not on my bingo card for 2025. Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob was not on my bingo card for 2025. At this point, I'm starting to wonder what's the season finale. I think the writers of South Park have officially taken over the American society because you can't make this shit up. And they're saying there's photos of this. But that would explain his beef with Hillary. That would explain his beef with Hillary. Listen, when he said he used to support the Clintons, I didn't think he meant like that. How? When he said he used to support the Clintons, it makes sense now. And they got a picture of him holding Bill Clinton's, you know what? And then people are like, oh, they're just messing around. Why is he holding it? Regardless. And you know what's the wildest part? The wildest part, the knee slapper about all of this, right? MAGA is still going to support it. Watch. MAGA will still support every bit of it. Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob was not on my bingo card for 2020.
Let me show you this video of Donnie putting his hands on Bill down there on the Glock 3000. Sloppy toppy. My stomach is growling because I hadn't eaten since early, but I'm going to eat when I get off here. This is not AI. See, what I noticed, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but this is my experience of being around white men. They would play with each other like that. But there's intentions behind that playing with each other. You're not fooling me. Grown men ain't walking around touching each other's pee-pat. No, that's what they like to do. That is inherited through their bloodstream. Think about it, their great-great-great-great-grandfather, RAPED, the black men in slavery time. And they just passed that spirit all the way up to old Donnie boy. He didn't have a good father. His father was a creature just like him. But Donnie became a bigger, worse monster that loved to give the Glock 3000. Straight men don't do that. That's not what straight men do, y'all. And this men, they like both sex, They want to get it on, get it on. They like it all. But I want a man that just want me, born female. And there's nothing wrong with them wanting other. But I don't want a man that want both. I just don't. Because I want one of a kind. A man. Yeah. So take a listen to this from a white man's point of view. Straight white men don't exist. He's a white man, so listen carefully.
Let's talk about the first queen, the straight white man.
The white man, like he's walking towards
Listen
me.
carefully.
How you doing there, sir? I want to suck your dick. What?
Oh yes, we're going there. The most fragile performance in racist America. The desperate, non-stop theater of masculinity and heterosexuality. From the very men who build systems of profound homoerotic control. These perverts have degraded a very abundant and robust government structure, only to create a toxic parasite that fears his daddy learning that he too is another sissy boy in the family. Racist white gays are obsessed with domination, which is why they create a culture of butch queens looking to hide their submissive fetish. Look at the imagery they worship. The leather, the uniforms, the obsession with military-style discipline and physical power, the way they posture and attempt to deepen their voices, creating hierarchies based on a perceived strength that is constantly being tested and performed for other men. Their entire world is centered around winning the approval and submission or dominance of other men. They create laws to control women's bodies and police the boundaries of gender, all while crashing grinder apps on bro meetups or conferences. And the most abusive of these ex-straights are the ones claiming to protect the most vulnerable. The very institutions they claim to defend, the family, the church, the school, they then become the hunting grounds for these predators. This is a mouthful. In 2025 alone, there have been more white men charged with child abuse-related crimes where the victim is underage or the same gender as the abuser than ever before. And it's no problem that men are gay. In fact, it would be therapeutic to see people being themselves. It's the fact that you try to hide it that creates the issue. This whole thing with Epstein is tied to crimes against children, and it's all because of straight men who are violently trying to hide their obsession with intimately experiencing the same gender. All right, racists, let's talk about the first queen, the straight white man.
The white man.
Watch this white man. Pay attention. Watch. Listen.
How you doing today, sir?
I want to suck your dick.
What?
Oh yes, we're going there. The most fragile performance in racist America.
Let me tell you something. What I know for a fact. White men love black eggplant. They be married. They can love their wives, but they want to put their mouth on some eggplant. Not all white men, because I would be lying if I said all white men. But I haven't too much met a white man that's not like that. I worked at several jobs from law firms, etc. And they just into some things. And I saw some things that I wasn't used to when I would go to the events that they would have, parties they would have, Christmas parties, bonfire parties. And their wives would be right there and they wouldn't have anything to say. Everybody kissing and feeling on each other. I remember when I was a cheerleader, my other white female cheerleaders would, do that to each other, and they said it kept them from getting pregnant, but it was a lot. And a lot of it is inherited. Things be inherited in every race. But I do know that spirits do travel. So if your ancestor was out there bucking the black men, that is in your blood. And Donald Trump is acting out because he come from bad ancestors, bad genes. All right. Moving along. Bad genes. You can tell Donald Trump's mouth been through a lot. Put your mouth on me.
Need a little help here, MAGA. I'm trying to get this straight in my head, so correct me if I'm wrong, but not only does your alpha male cult leader wear makeup, but he also blows dudes. Is that what's going on here? Because we got all these emails from Jeffrey Epstein released by his estate to Congress, and in those emails, it talks about how Donald Trump blew a dude referred to as Bubba. Now, some people are speculating that that's Bill Clinton, which would make sense because there's videotape out there of Donald Trump rubbing Bill Clinton's junk and patting it. That's fucking weird. But it puts some things into perspective now, and they sort of make sense. If this is true, if Trump blows dudes, then that video of Trump rubbing on Clinton's junk, that would make sense, especially if he's Bubba. But then also things like, remember during the campaign, Trump was going on and on talking about the size of Arnold Palmer's junk? That was fucking weird. And then, of course, he's always dancing to YMCA, which is like the gay anthem. And not only does he dance to a gay anthem, but he does that, two-handed, double-fisted jerk-off move. Like he's giving a tuggy to two guys at the same time. Maybe he's, that dance is based on personal life experience. I'm just saying, none of this is surprising. Now that we got those emails, it all kind of makes sense. I need a little help here, MAGA.
MAGA, what kind of excuse you gonna make up now, baby? Come on, put it in the chat. Why was he touching Bill's pit, pat, patty whack, give a dog a bone? Why was he touching Bill Clinton's ping? Hello, King Allen, I love you. Hello, D. John Mustard. How you doing? Hello, King George. Hello, Because You Can. How you doing? Hello, Never Going Down. How you doing? Hello, JD's Couch. 8647. Yes. Hello, King John Evans. How you doing? Hello, F Root Loops. How you doing? Loops. How you doing? Lou Squares. How you doing? Hello, PJ. How you doing? Hello, Olden. How you doing? Hello to everybody. If I don't get to your name, I'm sorry. Hello, Corey. Hello, Queen Mimi. Monica to you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Queen. I return to sender. Let me tell you something that Black people are very hip to. Because we were the first one on this earth and we are connected more with the sun and we can take the sun more. We can feel when y'all sending curses. I can feel it because they'll try to stop me from getting my message across. I return to sender tenfold. I rebuke you. Whoever you are trying to stop me from giving this message today, trying to affect my vocal cords or whatever, I return to sender. Hello, King LaSwan. Hello, King. Hello, Queen LaKeisha Keisha TV. Be sure to go and subscribe to her channel. I love her channel. She give y'all everything you want and everything you need. Satisfaction guarantee. You're going to get it over there. Anyway, we're going to continue because Donald Trump can't be forgiven by MAGA for the gay in him because he likes to give that Glock 3000. And I'm going to remind you what he did to President Clinton. Now we're going to get to our next subject about old Donnie boy. MAGA won't forgive gay.
Wish I could find the video because about a year and a half or so ago, I made a video saying that I think the blackmail Putin has on Donald Trump is something about him doing gay stuff. Because I know because I was raised around the same people that vote MAGA now. I was raised by the same ideologies that created MAGA. And I know that these weird motherfuckers will make all the excuses in the world for this guy being a pedo. But if they find out that he was involved in gay stuff, they're giving him no free pass. They won't give him a free pass because most of these guys are closeted. That's why Republican National Convention crashes Grindr. That's why Mike Johnson is well known to be on Grindr while being out here being anti-gay and anti-LGBTQIA+. So if they find out that Donald Trump is doing gay stuff, then they're going to drop him like a bad habit. That's why when these emails started surfacing, Donald Trump went 24 hours without posting on Truth Social. He's never done that. He just went silent. And then when he finally did come back and post, it was about this is a hoax. It's a hoax? Really? You ran a campaign on it. Your vice presidential nominee during the campaign couldn't stop talking about it. Your entire base was chomping at the bit to release the files because they believed it would uncover a Democratic cabal of child trafficking, when in reality, it just uncovers you and your best friend being child traffickers, and it turns out it uncovers you doing gay stuff. Myself and others, we won't judge you for that. However, we will judge you for attacking the LGBTQI+ community at every turn while being in the closet. Fact of the matter is this information will cause MAGA to jump ship. This information will cause Donald Trump to lose favor with his base because these sick bastards will overlook child trafficking and pedo stuff and make all these excuses and it's a hoax. But being gay, it's a wrap for them. I wish I could find the video because about a year and a half or so.
I agree with some of what he's saying, but as I have told y'all, Donald Trump, whatever Donald Trump is, MAGA is too. Donald Trump is a pedo. MAGA is too. The mediocre white man, he does a lot of stuff you think he doesn't do, but he does. Not just Donnie putting his mouth on other men, but the whole MAGA Republican male party, the mediocre white man, put your mouth on me. That's what they do. I told you I've been around enough white men when I was young. I know exactly what they do. I worked at a law firm and I would go to their parties. I know exactly what they would do. One moment, please. More on the Glock 3000. Donnie boy.
Who's gay
You clowns are unreal. You don't believe Trump is gay? Let me introduce you to the first gay president of the United States of America. Deep Throat Donnie.
Look at the muscles of this guy. Excuse me. Could you stand up? Black men. I love black men. I love them. I love them. I'll kiss every guy, man and woman. Man and woman. Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him. I'm blowing out my left arm. Now I'm going to blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing up my damn throat, too. But Arnold Palmer was all man. And I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was all man. But when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God, that's unbelievable. Big, strong, powerful guys. Big, strong, beautiful guys. Beautiful guys. They're West Virginia, big, strong guys. I walk in like this, and I was bending over like this. I don't kiss men, but I kissed him.
Now he's gay. You clowns are unreal.
We're going to play it again.
Gay. Let me introduce you to the first gay president of the United States of America. Deep Throat Donnie.
Look at the muscles of this guy. Excuse me. Could you stand up? Black men. I love black men. I love them. I love them. I'll kiss every guy, man and woman. Man and woman. Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him. I'm blowing out my left arm. Now I'm going to blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat, too. But Arnold Palmer was all man. And I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was all man. But when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God, that's unbelievable. Big, strong, powerful guys. Big, strong, beautiful guys. Beautiful guys. They're West Virginia, big, strong guys. I walk in like this, and I was bending over like this. I don't kiss men, but I kissed him.
Now he's gay.
Donald Trump is the first LGBTQ plus president. In 2025, Donald Trump has come out the closet. Everybody give a round of applause. Donnie Boy has come out the closet. We got to celebrate these men, y'all. The mediocre white men love to be praised for what he's done, little or anything. So let's celebrate Donald Trump coming out the closet. Yes! Hey! Give him a round of applause because Donnie is free now. Christina Talks Tea. Subscribe to her channel.
That he decided to board Air Force One yesterday and run home to Brokeback Mar-a-Lago, the Russian headquarters. Yes, baby. He decided he was going to pick a fight on a Friday night with the love child of Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair because she was causing him some despair. Now, I don't mean to give you advice here, Daddy, but I think the last thing you want to do is pick a fight on a fucking Friday night with the love child of Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, honey. That ain't what you want to do. But she's still over there on the twatter streets of Houston saying the thing that needs to be said today. And I just want to tell Marjorie, quit trying to hesitate, honey. Just say it, honey. Just say it. He's done with you. He's threatening to primary you, Marjorie, so it's time, honey, to whip out your little phone and take to the twatter streets and say what you know to be true today. Because, well, we got it in black and white, you see. He's a convicted fucking felon and rapist, okay? Say it, Marjorie. It's not defamation when it's true. Say it, Marjorie. Anyway.
Well, like I told y'all, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump have been going back and forth. So let's listen to some of that news, okay?
We have some pretty major news right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene now says she's facing a hotbed of threats to her life, egged on and fueled by Donald Trump. She's saying that she now feels and understands how the survivors of Epstein's crimes have felt for many years as they felt threats in their own lives because they have stood up to powerful people. She now says that private security companies have contacted her, telling her that there is a, quote, hotbed of threats against her life. Greene's daughter put out a tweet saying, pray for my mom's safety. This is a significant development because MAGA, the base that Marjorie Taylor Greene embraced and the base that embraced her, is now seemingly threatening her life, according to her. And it's all being fueled by one man, the President of the United States of America. In any other presidency, this would be a bombshell of epic proportions. And I think we should insane watch what's happening right now in our nation. Spread the word, follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know.
Be sure to subscribe to Aaron Pawners on YouTube. He has amazing YouTube channel, and all of the content creators that I have mentioned to y'all, please go and subscribe to them. They are amazing. I would not tell you to subscribe to them if they were whack. They're not whackety whack like Donald Trump. One moment, please.
That's the news right now. The intra-party civil war within the Republican Party is only growing right now as Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump continue to bash each other online. Donald Trump has a new nickname for Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's now Marjorie Taylor Brown, because according to him, green grass becomes brown when it rots. I can't make this up even if I tried. Marjorie Taylor Greene, meanwhile, is saying that she can't imagine that fighting for the release of the Epstein files and fighting to protect these women, these survivors, would lead to this, but yet here we are, essentially calling out Trump for protecting a powerful network of individuals who have engaged in a decades-long abuse of young girls alongside Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And Donald Trump spent all night pretty much posting bashing comments of other people on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know where this is going to go. But what I do know right now is the Republican Party's really unraveling, at least the MAGA wing. We'll see what happens next. So spread the word, follow for more. We have some news right now.
Subscribe to Aaron Pawners. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Just a moment, please. I got so much to show, but I got to decide what I want to show first. Mama got a lot for you, baby. I got what you want. I got what you need. Hey, thank you, King Yaya. Yaya, I got what you want. Hey, I got what you need. Hey, that's what's up over here on my channel, baby. Yes, hold on.
Get this straight. So former Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz paid a 17-year-old homeless girl to coerce her into sex. 8 Republican senators snuck a provision in the budget bill where they themselves could get $500,000 of taxpayer money apiece for having their phone records legally subpoenaed during the January 6th investigations. And this nasty-ass president is blowing $300 million that he went begging for on a fucking ballroom at the White House while simultaneously cutting people's food stamps off. And you're mad that Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett paid about $75,000 for hotels and security according to her FEC filings? Matt Gaetz paid money to rape a girl. These 8 Republican senators, including Marsha Blackburn and Lindsey Graham, are trying to steal taxpayer dollars simply because they were part of a legal investigation and are not above the law. And this fucking president is knocking out the East Wing of the White House to build a ballroom while starving people. And you are upset because Jasmine Crockett is not in a dusty-ass Motel 6 with no fucking protection? Because what this comes down to is y'all don't think that black women are worthy of protection. Y'all don't think black women are worthy of staying somewhere nice and safe. Y'all wanted to put her in her fucking place, even though she is a sitting congressperson, and we would never have this expectation for a white man sitting in Congress. And y'all want to act fucking crazy because she spent money to protect herself when she's facing death threats from fucking white supremacists, largely due to a lot of the motherfuckers I just listed, that I just named. They are out here doing fucking dirt. And what it comes down to is y'all heard she might run for Senate, and you got scared because she'll mop the floor with you. Y'all also heard that the Epstein files are coming out, and your nasty ass fucking president hung out with a fucking sex trafficker, knowing that he was being predatory to children and selling off little girls and little boys and selling these kids off. And the fucking president, he fucking knew about it, according to these goddamn emails, because he's a sick motherfucker. And y'all put him in the fucking White House. But oh no, you can't focus on the fact that y'all have a man in there who is reportedly a fucking pedophile. So instead, you have to be mad that a black woman spent her money on security in hotels. Get the fuck up out of my face. Let me get this straight. So
get the fuck up out my house. Beyonce had a song they be saying that. Hey, but anyway, she ain't never lied. The black woman is the most hated person in this world. And right now in America, we are under threat because the black woman is the most educated. And the mediocre white man is so threatened by an educated black woman. They can't compete. And they already know it. So let's take a listen to Jasmine Crockett right quick, please.
Know that one of his friends has purchased Dominion.
So it's going to be really important for us to educate all states that we can to make sure that their Secretary of States are like, we don't want the Dominion machines, because I personally believe that that ally purchased Dominion so that he could potentially play with the machines, because we know that they're trying to cheat by changing the lines for the midterms. And I think that they're trying to solidify their cheat potentially with the voting machines. You do know that one of his friends...
It's true. One of Donald Trump's friends brought the voting machines, the million. And that way he can control the vote. How Epstein helped Donnie in the 2024 election. Donald Trump said from his paper-thin lips that has been on Bubba's ping that the election was rigged in his favor. This is a fact, not an opinion. One moment, please.
Unbelievable. So News Nation, which is a right-leaning news network, had on one of Epstein's best friends and former lawyers who's making the claim that Epstein himself actually wasn't a PDF file at all. Listen to what he has to say, because it's obvious. MAGA knows exactly what's coming, and now they're preparing to defend Jeffrey Epstein.
10 minutes before you went on, the predecessor on your show described Jeffrey Epstein as a convicted pedophile. He pleaded guilty to one count of having sex for money with a 10-month-old person. That's not pedophile.
Yes, it
So
is.
let's just start with
That's
the
a
obvious.
child.
A man in his 50s paying to have relations with a 17-year-old is obviously not right. Can MAGA at least agree to that? The fact that right-leaning news outlets are now having people on that are trying to minimize, sanitize, and even justify Epstein's actions is horrifying. But we need to ask ourselves why they feel the need to do this in the first place. Why are they suddenly trying to redefine Epstein's abuse into something that's not that bad? Megyn Kelly did the same thing the other day. They're doing this so they can downplay or even justify the truth. Epstein built an entire trafficking operation around powerful men and vulnerable girls. This language feels a lot less like a legal argument and more like somebody trying to soften the public reaction before certain names are exposed. The timing really gives everything away. Trump is melting down about the files right now and attacking everybody who demands transparency. He is obviously guilty. This is unbelievable. So
Guilty.
News Nation, which is a right.
He's definitely guilty, in my opinion. There's no other way to look at it. Let me tell you something. Once a child has been touched, he struggles their entire life. I'm going to tell you what I mean. I was raped and abused my entire childhood. This is my autobiography, The Purple Cinderella, Surviving Multiple Childhood Rapists. It is on Amazon. It is my autobiography. It's a deep story, but there are several lessons to take from my story. It's real. Pedophiles don't care about anybody but themselves. They be married men in the churches, men that say they're not gay, all kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying about gay people. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of DL men that are struggling with being who they really are, they take advantage of anybody. And a lot of times it's children. Check out my books on Amazon. I am an author of 4 great books. Check them out. Just put in author Lillie Young and you will see my books. And you will see my book, The Purple Cinderella, Surviving Multiple Childhood Rapists. My entire childhood, even in my teen years. Because once you become programmed, when they start with you very young, you think that's what's supposed to happen to you. So it happens daily. And other men that come around, they can sense that you already been messed with. They too, not all, they too take advantage of that child as well. Because it's a lot of sick men that never been healed. Never. And I do believe Donald Trump is probably one of those type of men, in my opinion.
Well, I do have one more thing that I need to say today to a red hat. Yes, indeed. You see, y'all are over there on the Twitter streets as static as you can be because Daddy Dumpy Pants has decided to reopen the investigation, which would effectively mean nobody can view the files anymore, dear. But the funny part here is that y'all are happy that he's coming after a Democrat. And I just have to remind you that those files go all the way back to 2002 when your orange daddy was a Democrat. Your orange daddy was a Democrat all the way up into 2015 when he decided to get into politics and all of that because he already knew. I said it, baby, with his full nussy throat. Republicans are dumb as shit, and they'll vote for anything.
He said
They'll
it.
believe anything, dear. That's when he switched party affiliation. So if we're only gonna investigate Democrats, please let's go back prior to 2015, when Daddy Dumpy Pants was clearly really good friends with the island guy. And by the way, some of the things in those files today point to the fact that the orange guy that you love so much was still very, very tight with the island guy in 2015, 2016, and 2017, while Daddy was sitting up there in the White House. The island guy was helping him come up with people for appointments and confirmations, dear. He was helping him stack the deck, you see. He even had his hands in some of those Supreme Court nominations, baby. Are we only gonna go after Democrats? Because that would include that big backbone spurred Biff too. Right? Y'all want it to be about a political party today. You want it to only be this Democratic cabal, you say. Well, that would include your orange daddy. Yes, if that cabal of Democrats started their pedo party back in the 90s, dear, well, the leader would have been the orange man. Y'all aren't good with timelines or facts or none of that. Yes, the golden shower that he's spraying in your face today to get you to look away from the fact that he played with underage boys and girls, they say. And let's just pretend for a fucking minute, dear, that he never touched anyone underaged. Does that change the stage? No, it sure doesn't. Because there are not levels of rape, you see. It doesn't matter their gender. It doesn't matter their age. At the end of the day, rape is rape. And y'all are absolutely okay with all of the cases of rape against your orange daddy back in the day in the 90s. You were absolutely okay with what he did to E. Jean Carroll. Baby, it's time for y'all just to admit y'all simp for racist, bigots, homophobic, rapist. Right? Yes. So we can call it a Democratic cabal if you want to. But back in those days, well, your daddy was the leader of that crew. Well.
Go run and cry, MAGA. Go run and cry. Don't cry. Dry your eyes, MAGA. Yeah. Poor MAGA can't take it. You're in my chat saying all kinds of stuff. Now, I don't get to see every comment, but I do see some of MAGA's comments because there's so many of them being here. They try to put their foot across my throat, but it never works. They even be sending curses through the screen. It don't work. It won't work. So I'm going to read a little bit of y'all comments, okay? Queen Eve is right. Grape is grape. I have to use other words in place of that, okay, Queen? Don't be giving my moderators hard times. Don't do that. Don't come for them. King says, Ivanka and Melania be looking disgusted with Trump when we all know why. Now, no wonder. That's right. Those wives be knowing. Because I know somebody that's married to somebody that's DL, but she pretends she doesn't know. Huh. The wives be knowing. Realist 2025 says ridiculous what Donnie and his white constituent mediocre white men are doing is ridiculous. Queen Yvette said, yes. I am 55 now and still have nightmares of my family and friends' abuse. Amen, Queen. And I'm 52, so I know what you're saying. I love you. CC Life says, hey, Queen Lillie. Hey, baby, I love you. I want to thank all of y'all for sending me gems as well, too. Francis Wick says 2 pro-Trump influencers were dispatched by the police today, and it's about to start. It's about to go down. Hey, thank you for that, Francis Wicks. Thank you. Thank you, baby. I don't know what. that person means, though. I'm going to keep going. Bruce Boland said, no kings in our country. No kings in our country, but when you in my chat, y'all are all beautiful kings and queens. Even MAGA, and I don't even care for MAGA because they come on here every day and they threaten me. But I'm going to still spread love. Sunday school teacher, he should have waited 2 months. I don't know what that means, dear. I don't know what it means. Boris Sam, Denise says, I'm not reading that. Bless your soul. LM said he doesn't need to go to prison, just take his wealth. We all know what rich boys do when penniless people have zero power and little influence. I think he needs to feel what he's been threatening and what he has done to brown people. He needs to feel that they need to shave his head completely bald, send him to El Salvador, and put him with the worst criminals ever. Because it's innocent people been sent over to El Salvador having committed not one crime. But because of their skin is brown, Donald Trump has sent them away. And that's why he's been cursed when it's been alleged that his son is dating Carlos, a brown man from El Salvador. I'm not sure that is exactly where he's from, but that has been said and alleged. So Donnie gonna eat what he put out. Let him eat cake. Well, he been eating and tossing the salad. So I forgot about it. Oh, he ate Bill Clinton. Okay, I forgot about that. Eve, I love facts too, beautiful queen. When I skip over comments, because I'm not reading certain cruel things, I'm just not doing it. Yvonne says, amen, Jasmine. I love Jasmine Crockett too. William Perry says all the Epstein files belong in, I know what you're saying. They belong in prison. They do. All the PDF files, yes, they do. And Scott Jackson said, what the F? I don't know what that's for. Can you enlighten me on that? Chris is missing. I don't know what that's about. Well, we're going to continue. And I want to say I thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens for coming to my live. You are valued, you are appreciated, and I love you, and God loves you too. So we're going to continue, okay? One moment, please. So you're not going to heaven, Donnie. Donald Trump talks about, if someone questions him, he lets them know he knows he's not going to heaven. Again, a reprobated mind would never enter heaven. God no longer hears anything that Donald Trump has to say.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I think I'm not maybe heaven bound.
He's definitely not going to heaven, and he knows it. Satan gonna say, welcome to the gates of hell, Donnie. Donald Trump will be welcome into the gates of hell. That's where he's going. Uh-oh, hold on. I apologize. Hold on.
If you are like me and want Donald Trump to be removed from office, there's only one way to make that a realistic possibility, and that is Article 2, Section 4 of the United States Constitution. Now, what that calls for is for the president, vice president, and all of the cabinet to be removed for basically acts of treason or for being unfit for office, which I think we have grounds right there. I think everything that's happening in this country from this administration is so unconstitutional that it becomes treason. Secondly, how do we make that happen? There's only one way, and it's through contacting our representatives. Our representatives can make that happen. The senators and the Congress people have the power to invoke Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution. So if you want that to be a reality, we need to organize and we need to start calling the offices of our Congress people and letting them know that we want Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution to be invoked, and we want the president to be removed from our office. If you are like me and
when that happens, they will remove jdvance, Pam Bundy, Cash Patel. Y'all, it's cold. And I'm having hot flashes, and it's cold here in Atlanta, and I'm having hot flashes. Just bear with me. Okay. When that happens, Article 2, we don't just get rid of Donald Trump. We get rid of J.D. Vance, Pam Bundy, Cash Patel, the entire MAGA Republican Party. They got to go. You can't stay. You got to go. You dirty little hoe, hoe, ho, and a Merry Christmas. Trump gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Tell me in the same year, Sean Puffy Diddy Combs got exposed for liking semen on his nipples and throwing extravagant parties where people were getting essayed and raped. And in the same year, we find out that Donald J. Trump is literally but confirmed to be not only on this Epstein list where he was sexually involved with children and young women, but this man gave top to the former sitting president. Chat, this happened in the same calendar year. History books 20 years from now are going to be something insane, bro. Them history books, them kids is going to have a ball. They're going to look back at them history books like, damn, that happened? Oh, shit, man. Oh, goddamn. This is the first year in the second term of Donald Trump, and this is what we're already dealing with. Those were emails that shook the world this week. Imagine the files. Imagine what's in there. Imagine. It has to be otherworldly. It has to be. It has to be demonic. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. You mean to tell me in the
I think it's demonic too. As I stated to y'all, excuse me, please. As I stated to y'all, well, from our ancestors in slavery and the white ancestors in slavery, a lot of the white men bucked the black men. And spirits travel from generation to generation. It is a curse and it's demonic.
This one's going to sound so crazy, you're going to wonder if it's real, but it is. This is according to Newsweek. Apparently, in some of the Epstein files, there's referring to Trump, somebody named Bubba. Now, most people they don't really have a problem with homosexuality and stuff like that. But Trump and his base certainly does. So if Trump is engaging in these kind of activities, probably be pretty devastating for him. This one's going to sound so crazy, you're going to wonder.
Trump gave Bubba Glock 3000, y'all. More about the Bubba situation in Trump. There's no way MAGA can ever convince anyone different who Donald Trump really is. He keep them on the down low. Hey.
How in the hell did you all spend the last few years crying about emails? Oh, Hillary's emails. We need to get to the bottom of it. We got to lock her up. Oh, Joe Biden sniffing girls. We saw the pictures. Rita's daughter's diary. Hunter's laptop. Oh, Hunter's a criminal. Find his laptop. We need the evidence off his laptop. Lock him up. All this just over and over and over. Now, all these emails come out from Epstein being connected to Trump and all this evidence, and y'all are just silent. Or it's fake news. Or even worse, some of you are saying that being 15 years old is not that young. At least they weren't 8. Like, what's the rules for being in MAGA? Like, do you just believe what you're told to believe? Concern yourself with what you're told to be concerned with? Because I don't understand it. It makes zero sense. Everybody, and I mean everybody, should want all these files released. And I don't care if they're Republicans, Democrats, who they are, whatever. Every person that was friends with Epstein was friends with Epstein for a reason. Remember that. Y'all take care of yourself. Love you.
This king is right. Everybody that was around Epstein was around Epstein for a reason. Donnie lied about when he cut Epstein off. Said back in the 2007s or whatever, kicked him out of his resort, Mar-a-Lago. That never happened. Honey, Thanksgiving 2017, Donnie and Epstein spent Thanksgiving together because they were the Brokeback Mountain, the original Brokeback Mountain brothers. And they keep it on the down low. Hey, nobody has to know. Brokeback Mountain, yeah, Donnie. Watch him work that mouth. And that's MAGA Savior. So we're going to listen to what Marjorie Taylor Greene says.
Of the Epstein files, the vote to release those files. You are on the side of releasing them, and you're on that side despite President Trump saying that only a very bad or stupid Republican would be standing where you are. Why is this so important to you?
It's for the victims. These women have been waiting, some of them for decades. I talked to several victims that were raped by Jeffrey Epstein back in the 90s. And so this is information that has needed to come out for a very long time. And the American people have demanded it. And so the American people deserve to see transparency.
The American people, we have demanded it, Marjorie. But Marjorie, you need to speak up more. And that's what a lot of people are saying about Marjorie. She needs to speak up more. She heard the testimonies from the survivors, just as Macy and Bohr and everybody else, as Jasmine Crockett, all of them. It's time for you to speak up more and say exactly what has been done to those survivors. And I believe more Republicans, there are more Republicans pulling away from Trump at this moment. But I believe more and more will. Speak up more, Marjorie. Tell everything. She knows something.
To see what may be one of the greatest political collapses in American history. This is like the Watergate of a generation. Oh, you don't believe me? In less than 2 days, there have been hundreds of millions of impressions of the email talking about our president blowing Bill Clinton. And those are things you can't unsee. In Indiana, the Senate there rejected the president and vice president's demands that they redistrict and gerrymander the state. That's a Republican-led Senate. We've got Marjorie Taylor Greene out here leading the way of Republican defectors. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's even starting to make sense. Americans know that the Epstein files are real. And some of our elected representatives and senators are going to catch some strays, and there's most likely going to be a few special elections before the midterms. And I don't care what political party a person belongs to. You hurt kids or you exploit kids sexually, you get what you get. But when it comes to politics, self-preservation is key. The smarter politicians realize they're on a sinking ship and they're starting to distance themselves, as you would expect them to. And I don't know what kind of distractions that our government is going to try to create to get our attention away from this, but I really don't think there's going to be a distraction large enough because we've been so desensitized by the events of the first months of the year. If you go to war with somebody, we're going to be like, yeah, well, we've been in war for the last 30 years. What's new? Release the files. I bet Ghislaine Maxwell doesn't get a pardon now. And to be honest, we don't even know if the email is real. They're just words without context. However, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think Americans are so pissed off and angry and unsure about everything that's going on that now there's blood in the water. We're all circling. It's like the gladiator games in the Roman Colosseum. We're here to see the show. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm here for it. Where can I get some Jiffy Pop?
Get the popcorn ready, baby, because, honey, when Monday come, Donnie got some more that's going to come out. Hey, I would love for it to come out tomorrow, but it seems like on a Monday, for some reason, it just all get laid out to us, y'all, all of it. Epstein files shaping up to be the biggest political scandal of our lifetimes.
Really is shaping up that it could be the greatest political scandal of our lifetime. And the reason I know that, in part, is because of the relentless pressure campaign the Trump White House waged today to stop more information from coming out. It is quite telling. First of all, let's remember this is the same president who regularly admits he knows nothing about whatever issue is embroiling his administration at any given time. And this is the same president who spent the last few weeks refusing to lift a finger at all in the negotiations to end the government shutdown, something most presidents are deeply involved in. He did make some time, though, to get some shut-eye during a public event in the Oval Office, so we'll give him that. But when it comes to the release of the Epstein files, seems to be all hands on deck over at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The guy who has been very disengaged as of late has had a Diet Coke or 10, and he is ready to go out there and basically protect himself, it seems. This really is shaping up that it could be the greatest political scandal of our lifetime. And the reason I know that, in part, is because of the relentless pressure campaign the Trump White House waged today to stop more information from coming out. It is quite telling. First of all, let's remember this is the same president who regularly...
It is quite telling. Everything that has come out is quite telling. But in MAGA's mind, my savior wouldn't do that. Some of MAGA have woken up. Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of the biggest MAGAs ever. She has woken up. Although I will be honest, I don't trust her, but I do like what she's doing in this moment. But she needs to do more. One moment, please.
President of the United States is a pedophile, and the DOJ has known for over a decade, and throughout Democrat and Republican administrations, they ain't said nothing. Why? Because it would implicate the other pedophiles in the government in both political parties. Our government is being ran by pedophiles and pedophile sympathizers, and I feel like no one's mad enough. The president of the United States...
Well, honey, she's mad. Yep, she's mad. And we got to get mad. I understand her message. We got to get mad and get that regime out of our White House. That's our house, the people's house. I like her.
Trump just got some really bad news. It has just been reported that the Georgia election interference case in which he was charged with racketeering will carry on with a new prosecutor. Peter Skandalakis will take over for Fani Willis. If Trump is convicted, he could get 5 to 20 years in prison. Trump just got some really bad news.
But more bad news is coming. More bad news is coming, Donnie. Get ready for it. Your legal team, you have loaded them up with so much they are overwhelmed. They won't even be ready for what's coming from Georgia. You better get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. It's coming, boy.
That Trump won Bill Clinton's saxophone. You're telling me there's actual real life emails that were dumped that says Trump gave the Gluck Gluck 3000 to Bill Clinton. I shouldn't have done that with my cheek, damn. I have never not wanted to see proof of that. I've never more been like, maybe that should only touch the eyes of people who need to do the prosecution, because
we want to see it, baby. I'm not even pretending. I want to see it. I want to see all of the Epstein files. Tasha Garrett, thank you for blessing me, and all the others that sent me gifts. Thank you for blessing me, and I love you. I'm gonna read a couple of you all comments. One moment, please. All right. Hey, King Josh, how you doing? King Josh says, good, I got my benefits back. Food benefits. Praise God. I'm happy for you, my love. Queen Victorious One says, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the like button. I love you guys. Mimi says, DJT is so evil. Yes. Hey, how you doing, Queen? King LaSwan, I love you too. Richard says, 14 women wolf pack. Okay, I don't know what you're saying, but okay, and thank you for the beautiful roses, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome too. Hold on. Soul of my eye light. That's the only reason he let snap out. Okay, yeah. King Allen, how you doing, baby? I love you. King says, let me tell you, even Pam Bundy is implicated. Yes, she is. Pam Bundy She was involved with the Florida situation when Epstein was locked up as well. She was also in politics at that time in Florida. So she has a lot to do with that too, but she's even more in trouble and implicated with the MAGA Donald Trump regime. I love you too, Josh. Okay, we're going to continue with this show, everybody.
I don't care what anybody's saying. Right now, the new meaning to the big, beautiful bill is mind-blowing. I can't believe Donnie, man. They said Donnie Lewinsky is what they calling him. Yeah, I'm tripping out. I'm going to leave this right here. But, like, y'all go figure this out. Go check it out. Go search it. All that other good stuff, man. Yeah, the big, beautiful bill. I guess, yeah, we're just in a different time now.
Is that better? Don't even need a stage. I don't give a damn. Went through 2 of these today. And it knocks the hell out of your throat. But so far I'm doing okay, right? I came in today, I said, and you know, this is after 4 of these things. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, I'm a human being, right? Way too low. Then I walk in like this, and did you notice? I was bending over like this. Hello. And then everybody says, is there something wrong with his back? What the hell is wrong with that thing? They're saying he's cognitively impaired and physically impaired.
Donnie is a joke. We can't help but to laugh at the man in the Oval Office. He's an embarrassment, the biggest joke all over the world. And that's what Putin has on Donnie. But I think it's more than just that. I've heard it was little boys. I don't know.
Honestly, all I want for Christmas is a news conference where Donald Trump is forced to say the words, "I did not have sexual relations with Bill Clinton." Please, God, give that to us. Honestly, all I want for Christmas is a news conference where Donald Trump is forced to say the words, "I did not have sexual relations with Bill Clinton." Please, God, give that to us.
Honey, honey, honey. Ooh, honey, honey, honey. I saw something. I want to tell the person. These chats move so fast, y'all. Hold on. I don't want to disrespect someone. Kev Dog, how you doing, King? How you doing? I love you too. I love all of you, and you know it. Yes, it's embarrassing, Tasha Garrett. Queen, it's embarrassing. It really is. But MAGA don't found it embarrassing. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you why they don't find it embarrassing, because they too are PDFs.
The love of God, why are you still supporting that man? Seriously, it's a straightforward question. Why are you still supporting him? What has he done? What has he done to improve your life? He campaigned with all these promises. I'm going to make prices go down and gas is going to be super cheap and eggs this and eggs that. None of it happened. None of it. Said he was going to drain the swamp. The dude is Shrek. Like, he lives in the swamp. How do you not see that? Doge, complete failure. Horrible. Cost more money to do it than they saved. Like, I just wonder, like, when the support stops. The war is still going on in Ukraine. That didn't even happen. He was going to do that in 24 hours or something. Whatever. Like, you all know that he just lies and you continue to follow him, and I don't get it. And now you mix in the Epstein stuff. Clearly, he was best friends with Epstein. And you know what that means, right? Like, Epstein was notorious. Epstein's notorious still. Now, if he's best friends with him, what's that mean? Like, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure all this out. I just don't understand the support. And like, where's the line? What's the line? Is there one? I mean, this is why people say the only reason they follow him is because he gives them a voice and he says the stuff they're thinking. Like, I'm sure that's true a little bit, but not the majority of you, right? I just don't understand why. Like, what does he need to do for you to open your eyes and realize he's a con man? He doesn't care about you.
I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. MAGA don't have their own life of anything that they have done great. Again, talking about the mediocre white man. So this king, I understand what he's saying. Why? He makes them feel empowered. He makes them feel important because their lives are not that exciting. So they enjoy anything he does. When he's trying to rock the mic right, they like it. It's true. They like him trying to rock the mic right. MAGA has no problems with Donnie doing nasty boy things. They just don't. They think he's impeccable when he's low IQ. One moment, please.
This is the worst email so far that I have read in the Epstein files. And I'm going to read it to you, but I'm warning you, when I first read this email, I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. Like I'm still having a physiological reaction from it. So this is from Tom Barrack to Jeffrey Epstein. And if you don't know who Tom Barrack is, he is a close friend and fundraiser to Donald Trump. He was the senior advisor to Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, and he is currently Trump's ambassador to Turkey. He is in this inner circle. So this is what the email says. And again, I am warning you, it is I just can't believe this is happening, to be honest. Epstein, hope you are well. Photos look good. FYI, I receive many calls a week about both Donald, redacted, Marla, beauty contest, Mar-a-Lago, etc., and Clinton from reporters. Less so recently with Clinton, but my answers are always, I have nothing to say, or I try to ignore altogether. A few times I have been ambushed on the street with questions, but I'm more careful now. So from this, we can deduce that Barrack just sent Epstein some photos, and Barrack is fully aware of what Epstein is doing. Barrack responds with, hope you're good, let's catch up. And Epstein finally says, send photos of you and child. Make me smile. The world is ran by people sending Jeffrey Epstein photos of their children. This is the worst.
The world is ran by pedos. The world is ran by traffickers. The world is ran by some of the most sickening, disgusting people on God's earth. In the Dems, in the Republicans, and I'm a Democrat. But who do we have in the Oval Office? Somebody that used to be a Dem and ran as a Republican because he said the Republicans are the most dumbest people and uneducated people ever. And all they sit and do is watch Fox News and they believe everything Fox News says. Donald Trump said it from his paper-thin lips that have visited Bill Clinton's second head.
Make you truly sick. Trump has paid out millions in settlements over sexual abuse accusations. This is just 5 cases I wanted to mention to you. You probably didn't know from the 90s. So who knows how many happened in the 2000s. But here's one. Michael Parker, a 10-year-old, Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach in 92. Trump paid his parents $3 million in settlement. Callie Foyer, 12-year-old, $1 million settlement paid in 89 allegations of forced intercourse in Trump Tower, New York City. Charles Bacon, 11 years old, $3 million, 94 Trump Tower, New York City. Rebecca Conway, 13 years old, claimed intercourse at Trump Vineyard Estates, Charlottesville, VA, 2012, $5 million settlement. Maria Oliveira, 12 years old, her family was paid $16 million to settle allegations of forcibly intercourse occurring in Mar-a-Lago. Palm Beach, Florida in '93. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is insane. This is the American president. And it's like these kind of people should be in prison a long time ago and not allowed to settle any of these cases. I mean, this is criminal. This is not even like a, I don't know, some kind of misunderstanding in business. I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. Share this. And if you want to support me, check out links in bio for Venmo, PayPal, since I got demonetized. If you want to
subscribe to Sasha. I don't even know how to pronounce that name, y'all. Sasha Halo on YouTube and Instagram. That's something I showed y'all early on when Donald Trump was running against VP Kamalaharris in 2024, early part of 2024. I showed y'all videos and documentaries about Donald Trump stating about those young, youthful children that had been taken advantage of, and he paid millions of dollars to cover up. But MAGA still won't find anything wrong with it, y'all. Some of MAGA have, they have waken up, but the vast majority, they too are pedos.
The name Bubba kept on popping up all over my feed. And I was like, who's Bubba? And why is Bubba put in the same sentence as Dirty Donnie? So I had to go look it up. When did that email come out about Bubba and Donnie and someone who has a videotape of Bubba and Donnie? What? More power to Donnie. Like, if he wants to live in his authentic self for the last few years of his life, he really should. But yeah, that's probably why. No, but you would think that he would love Hillary. No, that's probably why he hates Hillary, because Bubba is with Hillary and not with him.
That's why he hated Hillary. And I always try to figure out why he hates her so much. Call her nasty. She wasn't nasty. Well, you are. Hit that like button for me, please. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. And my Venmo is in my description, and my PayPal link is in my description as well. So those are ways you can donate to my channel.
Finding out Daddy Don gave Bill Clinton the 2,000 or 3,000 was not on my bingo list. I will give him that.
Here's a picture of DT giving Kirk to Bill Clinton. I think the only people who need to see the files now are just the prosecutors. The average man should not witness that horror.
But you're telling me that Trump was blowing Billy this entire time, while also the whole Monica situation was happening. It's finally clicked to me why Trump genuinely hates Hillary. He's jealous.
When Trump was running against Hillary in 2016, was that some main bitch versus side bitch shit? Was that the wife going toe-to-toe with the ex-mistress? Every time Trump seen her, was it giving my man is your man is my man? Because based on them Epstein emails.
But imagine you're Bill Clinton. In 2015, you are watching your wife, Hillary Clinton, run for presidency against your side piece. Two people who used to blow you are running for the presidency. That brings a whole new meaning to the head of the state.
He's a bottom. It makes sense. It literally makes sense. He's real fluffy. Was everybody having nightcaps with Bubba? I mean, god damn. Hillary, I know why you pissed off, girl. I would have stepped out on him too, because not him frenemies and god damn it, I can't even fucking think straight. Hold on. You mean to tell me y'all was frenemies? Y'all was frenemies? No, because okay, I get it. Bill was definitely a top. Bill was definitely the top in that situation. But Wigs Are Us, baby, you giving sloppy toppy? Oh my god. Jeffrey, you just keep dropping W's from the grave. Why does everybody have Bill's third leg and name? I need to know the time frame of this shit. Was the same time as Monica, or was it after? What else was going on these planes? Wait, Bill wasn't on the plane. Where was this at? And somebody said there were photos. You know, you don't have to send them to me because I don't want none of this stuff. But, you know, if you decide you want to post it somewhere, just let me know where you post them.
Finding out Daddy Don gave Bill Clinton the 2,000 or 3,000 was not on my bingo list. I will.
It wasn't on our bingo list, but he gave him the Glock 3000, girl. Ooh, oh, Donny boy, freak a leak.
Trying to hold it together. With this coming across my phone, I had to sit straight up in the bed. I'm not even up yet. I'm on mountain time. Okay? This man needs to be put away in a padded room somewhere. And you all are allowing him to run this country. He wants the Department of Justice to investigate Epstein's connection to a slew of high-profile figures as if he's not one of them. What episode of Black Mirror are we in right now? What is wrong with him? Let me get this straight. You and your best friend commit a crime. Then you get in trouble also, but go home and tell your parents, I want you to investigate what my best friend was doing with other people, as if you weren't standing right next to them when they did it, as if you're not going to be implicated in it. I want y'all to stop pumping him full of drugs. And I want somebody to go in there and remove everybody and put them in jail. Everybody needs to be locked away. Do you hear me? All of them. I want the news people to stop reporting on him because everything that comes out of his mouth sounds like someone with long-term untreated syphilis presenting as dementia. He doesn't even know where he is or what he's doing. You put someone in place and you now want that person to investigate someone that we already know you're tied to. Make it make sense. I'm trying to hold it together. With this
Well, Queen, we all trying to hold together, beautiful, because it's happening. We are in the Donald Trump reality show. He never wanted to leave reality TV. Never. So he made America a reality show for all to see. Sad but true.
Let me get this straight. Harming women, nobody gave a fuck. Harming children, nobody gave a fuck. Where the line is drawn is by somebody giving sloppy toppy to the husband of their oppie. Slop on my knob, like corn on the cob. Check in with me and do your job. Bill Clinton is the name. Trump ain't got no shame in the Oval Office game. Sorry. So let me get this straight.
Yep, he gave Bubba the Glock 3000. He put them knee pads on and he went to work, honey. That's why he doesn't like Hillary.
You're going to want to hear this. There is a bombshell new ad that was just released by Progress Action Fund. They are the group that always release ads that say, I'm a Republican congressman. This time the ad is pertaining to Jeffrey Epstein, the e-files, and what MAGA is doing to try and cover them up. I do want to give you a trigger warning as it is pretty graphic and triggering to survivors. Here it is.
You're coming with me.
Who are you? Get away from me.
I'm your Republican congressman. I'm protecting the president so nothing gets out from the Epstein files.
Please. I won't say anything, I promise.
I don't care. Now be a good girl. We're going back to the island.
Incredible. It's pretty mind-blowing that we have to do digital ads, that groups have to use digital ads to try and expose the hypocrisy from MAGA and the party that says they want to protect women and children when their party is actively participating in protecting evil people who did horrible things to children. It's pretty sickening and disgusting to me that we have to do this. But as my friend Tara says, when there is no bar, it can't go low enough. They campaigned on releasing these files. They campaigned on protecting those survivors and those victims. But they didn't care. As soon as they realized that their leader, Donald Trump, their daddy, was named in those files, they tried to do everything they could to protect and defend him. They waited 50 days to swear in Adelita Grijalva from Arizona so she wouldn't be the 218th signature on the discharge petition that's needed to have a vote to release the Epstein files. 50 days after she won her race. She should have been sworn in immediately. But MAGA Mike Johnson refused to do it because he wanted to take healthcare, food away from you. And all while doing that, he was protecting some of the most vicious people in the world. That's on MAGA. That is a fact, and you cannot prove me wrong. That is true. It's in black and white. You have to be some sort of manipulated person to believe that that's not the truth. But that is the truth. And like I said, after 50 days, Adelita Grijalva was finally sworn in yesterday, and she is now a member of the United States Congress, and she was the 218th signature needed on that discharge petition. Yesterday, when we had some emails released, Donald Trump tried to sway Republican congresspeople away from the discharge petition, but they didn't cave. Surprising, I know. But this right here is the truth, and everyone needs to see it. Please share this far and wide, especially to your Republican family and your Republican friends. Show them the truth. We are in an info war with MAGA. So please let me know your thoughts down below. Share it far and wide and follow along for more.
Subscribe to the gay liberal. Honey, I agree with everything he's saying, but honey, preaching to MAGA, I go through it over here. You never gonna get through to MAGA. Very few have come out the closet from under Donald Trump's pissy depends. But most of the time, they're gonna stick by their man. They too are PDFs. So what do we expect? I've told y'all numerous times, if you support a PDF, then you are that. Donald Trump told Bill Clinton, you're the one I love, you're the one I need. You're the only one for me.
Couple things. No one, and I mean not on the left or on the right, is ever going to question that Bill Clinton is on the list. No one. He's a dirty old man, always has been, and you will not hear any of us defending him. Okay? 2. I mean, I had to cover my face to zoom in on this part right here. Do you see where my finger is? This is PDF's brother asking PDF, hey, ask him if P-Man in the Our Country has the photos of Scump blowing Bubba. Remember when we told you that Russia had Compromat? They have Compromat, and probably a hell of a lot more than what's in these fucking files. And if any of what the Our Country had on him ever came out, it would be the end of the entire MAGA party. So you can scream it's AI and oh, it's TDS and oh, they just want to hate him. Yeah, we hate him because he's a sleaze, because he's a womanizer, because he's an abuser of little girls. And we hate you because you prop it up, make excuses for it. I thought we had turned a corner when we put Barack Obama in office and we finally had a man of honor and character. And then it just went right downhill from there. Couple things. No one, and I mean not on the left or on the right, is ever going to question that Bill Clinton is on.
She's right. President Barack Obama was a man of class and dignity and high IQ and good genes. Donnie doesn't have good genes and he's low IQ. We expect the worst coming from Donald Trump because he's the bottom of the barrel. Peter Thiel, it's been said that Peter Thiel, the one that propped jdvance up, and they said that he is a gay white male. It's alleged, that's what's been said. Well, anyway, Peter Thiel is being said to be on the Epstein's list as well. And who is Peter Thiel? Hold on. This is Peter Thiel. He took jdvance and cleaned him up. He's no longer fat, chubby, and look at a mess. They groomed jdvance. It's being said he is on the Epstein list, allegedly. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Me? Oh, we finna catch us in the count strike today, folks, because letting me find out that we don't have the Epstein files because the Fanta-fascist was number 42's favorite fellatio expert. Friends, in a true-to-form reality TV star twist, it turns out our felonious Fuhrer may or may not have spent some time on his knees in front of a former president. This does beg the question. How y'all think Bill felt back when the Bone Spur Bandit ran the first time and he had to watch his wife and his side bitch fight? And are we now stuck in this situation because of one extremely nasty senior citizen love spat? And finally, how do we think the Coppertone Cowards followers are feeling right now? I know a lot of them are probably freaking the fuck out because they care more about their homophobia than they did the fact that him and his friends were doing it to kids. Find out next time on another exciting episode of Holy Shit, We're All Fucked. Seriously, folks, this is
MAGA is F-U-C-K, not us. They the only ones that's hiding out in his pissy depends. We're not. We're not hypnotized by his funk, but they are.
Did you blow bubbles when you were younger? You did? Well, he's back in town and he's looking for you. Now this dance makes a lot more sense. It's not a dance. It's muscle memory. Don't tell Hillary. Don't tell Hillary. Trump, did you blow bubbles when you were younger?
Apparently, Donnie blew a lot of bubbles. Yeah. Impeach Trump, or shall I say resign? Knee pads, Donnie.
I'm thinking someone needs to tell the president just to resign at this point. After reading these emails and it being very clear that he has been lying the whole time, most people would just resign, as he should probably do. But the problem with that is, I have to admit, I have a problem with it. The problem is jdvance would become president. And I can't think of anyone in history more unqualified to be president of the United States than jdvance. As a matter of fact, the thought of jdvance being president it's a frightening thought. It's actually really scary to even think about that. As bad and as horrible as Donald Trump is, part of me believes that jdvance is every bit as bad, if not worse. Yeah. So even though I think Trump should resign, I'm really scared at what that means. That means
I'm not afraid of what it means because the Constitution, Article 2, you get rid of Trump, you get rid of his entire party. The MAGA Republican Party has poisoned America, and the vast majority of them are mediocre white gay men. They DL men using the grind app on a regular, but tell people you shouldn't be gay. And the whole time they're closeted gay.
Spoke to Congressman Robert Garcia, who's on the Oversight Committee. That's the group that is releasing all of these Epstein emails. And they are in touch, yes, with Michael Wolff, the author, who is sitting on tons of Epstein tapes and more evidence. And the Epstein estate is still cooperating with them. While they have the emails now, and they do expect to get even more evidence from the Epstein estate, what's coming next could be pictures. And I did ask him, well, does Steve Bannon know if Vladimir Putin has a picture of Trump blowing Bubba? And he uncomfortably laughed and said he doesn't know if that would be in evidence or if that's some kind of like inside joke or like what that is. Okay, it's disturbing, but let's not forget that Donald Trump once said this about Arnold Palmer, and watch the way he talks about Arnold Palmer. It's like he's fondly remembering something.
But Arnold Palmer was an old man. And I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was old man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God, that's unbelievable. I had to say it.
What were Arnold Palmer's nicknames? Did he ever hang out in Russia? I just spoke to Congressman Robert Garcia, who's on the Oversight Committee.
Donald Trump reminds me of a schizophrenic. That's in my opinion. A schizophrenic, their brain is fried with syphilis. That's what he reminds me of. He has more than one personality. One, he loves women. This is my opinion. One, he loves to blow men. And I think he's probably a bottom. That's why that butt's so wide, like an old grandma. Monkey see, monkey do. That monkey's doing it to a lot of them mediocre white men in his Republican Party. Elon Musk was standing in the White House with him, but where was Melania? Nowhere to be found. Brokeback Mountain.
Well, do I have some fantastic Epstein update news for y'all. It seems like in another life, Trump had an obsession with another big, beautiful bill. Except this one wasn't really coming out of his mouth 24/7. It was coming in his mouth. That is right, y'all. I wish I was... Actually, no, I don't. I'm so happy it's real. But within the Epstein files, there was a gem that allegedly, from Epstein's brother, that Trump sucked off Bill Clinton. And that allegedly Putin has proof of this. And let me just stop you right there. Trump doing gay stuff isn't what's surprising. Bill Clinton doing gay stuff isn't what's surprising. We know predators will put it in anything. What's surprising to me that I happened to catch was, remember when Epstein said, or maybe you don't remember when he said it, but then the emails or whatever came out. He said that if everything came out that he had, they'd have to cancel the 2016 election. And I always kind of took that to mean as like, oh, like Trump and Bill are both implicated. That wouldn't be good for Hillary. Like they'd have to cancel the election and find new candidates. This was not what I was expecting. That one of the candidates sucked off the other candidate's husband. I also don't want
MAGA, explain that, please. Donald Trump put his mouth on Bill Clinton, but he put his words on his wife because he was jealous. Call her nasty, but I think we would call you nasty, Donald Trump, because you were the side piece.
Listened to Trump's gaggle with the press a couple hours ago on Air Force One. Lauren Boebert was summoned into the Situation Room, and I'm not sure if Nancy Mace was too, but this reporter asked, why did you go and talk to Lauren Boebert and Nancy Mace about the files? His answer was, because I don't want them talking about it any longer, because that's taking away from how wonderful we are doing. But I'll let you listen to it from the horse's mouth himself.
Why were you, or why was your team encouraging Congresswoman Boebert and Congresswoman Mace to not pursue this?
We think it's bad to talk about it because it gets away from the subject of how well the Republicans are doing. We have the greatest economy. We have the largest investment ever.
I can't listen to him tell those lies. The greatest economy, people were gonna work. They had to figure out how to get food. So it can't possibly be a great economy, Donnie. They didn't have money to go to the grocery store and buy food. You took their SNAP. And God will never forgive you for that. See, Jesus Christ went out to the people and helped the poor. He wasn't rich himself. You wouldn't have really liked Jesus. You're faking the funk because that's all that MAGA want to hear is that you love the Lord when you do not love our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You said from your sickening, disgusting, syphilis mouth, in my opinion, that you were their God. And they said you were their Savior. You held the Bible upside down. In the day of your inauguration, you didn't even touch the Bible. So that should tell you a lot about this monster, Donald Trump. Knee pads done. He yells at every reporter for mentioning the Epstein files.
Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. He also saw strike because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You got to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
He told her, quiet, quiet. Donald Trump is a monster. A horrible man. He's not even a man. Marjorie Taylor Greene is furious with Donald Trump.
We have breaking news right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene just blasted Donald Trump after he pulled her endorsement, and she is saying the reason he pulled her endorsement was because today she texted him about the Epstein files, and she has receipts. So this is from her. President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently this is what sends him over the edge. The Epstein files, and of course he's coming after me hard to make an example to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing really how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out that it actually goes to this level. This is a text message from her to Donald Trump today. Check the flight logs of Epstein's plane. Bill Clinton's on there, Hillary too. For many of us, releasing the Epstein files has always been about the victims of Epstein, but we also believe that Democrat bad guys like Clinton were entangled and involved. Epstein was a spider that wove the web. Lead into this is a text she got back from the.
Hold on, y'all.
Epstein was a spider that wove the web. Lean into this is a text she got back from the White House. The Jeffrey Epstein hoax. In every single interview, this is her response. I've defended President Trump. I've said over and over that he's done nothing wrong, and their attorney says he's the only one who helped. Stop ignoring the women. Many of them literally voted for President Trump and said so publicly. Absolutely stunning meltdown happening in the MAGA world right now. Spread the word. I'll have more updates soon. Follow.
Subscribe to Aaron Partners on YouTube and Instagram. We're going to be getting out of here in just a moment, okay, everybody? You hear me, beautiful kings and queens? We're going to get out of here in just a moment. Bear with me.
Finally just had to answer some direct questions about the newly released Epstein emails, specifically the one where he said he knew about the girls. And of course, instead of giving us any logical explanation, he instantly starts blaming other people. Take a look at this.
Did Jeffrey Epstein mean his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know who that is?
This is the clearest sign yet that Trump has no defense. He was asked a very simple, direct question as to whether he knew a human trafficker was abusing minors, and his first instinct was to say, well, actually, this guy knew Bill Clinton too. That's pure panic. It's damage control. It's the reaction of someone who knows the information in those emails is damning. But I don't think it's a very smart move for Trump to talk about Bill Clinton at all, because these emails say some pretty interesting stuff. Jeffrey Epstein's brother said, ask him if Putin still has that photo of Trump doing that to Bubba, which is believed to be Bill Clinton. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Putin did have some sort of major blackmail on Donald Trump, because he's definitely behaving like he does. The truth is finally catching up to Trump, and he has nowhere to run. Epstein literally said that Trump spent hours alone with a victim at his house, and that of course he knew about the girls. But every time he dodges a question, changes the subject, or blames somebody else, he's confirming what everybody is already thinking. He is terrified of the truth. Trump finally just had to answer some direct questions.
Donald Trump feels he doesn't have to answer anything. But what he does better than anything is blame everyone else. He blames President Joe Biden for everything going on now. He blames the Democrats for everything that is happening. Donnie doesn't do anything, but he sure enough gives that Glock 3000. Put your mouth on me.
It is about to get much, much worse. We are starting to see a tiny glimpse of exactly why Trump and everyone around him are fighting so hard to keep those files sealed. They are protecting him and protecting themselves, because it is starting to look like those files may be revealing other types of crimes in addition to abuse of women and children. First, I have to give an enormous shout out to my mutual, Congressman Ro Khanna, for not only his role in getting the Jeffrey Epstein estate subpoenaed, but also as a primary sponsor of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. He introduced the bill in the House, which requires the DOJ to publish all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials while protecting children and victims' personal information. He has been the leading voice for the full release of the Epstein files.
What are we talking about? We're talking about rich and powerful men who abused young girls and told people in junior high to go recruit others to be or abuse. That's what we're talking about. And we're saying that these victims want to expose the men who did this to them. Some of these men still have buildings named after them. Some of them still have scholarships named after them. Enough. And so I think when it's actually a vote on the House floor, do you want these files released? Republicans and Democrats are going to vote yes.
I want to make a point about this email between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Note the date, 2011, years before Trump ran for president. So that cute little MAGA lie about the Epstein stuff being made up to hurt Trump's campaign, yeah.
With a lie detector test determined that was a lie.
And listen, this is nowhere near the worst of it. Evidence suggests that Epstein had photos and videos of Trump with young women and maybe even young girls. Because listen to this. During the 2016 campaign, Epstein was talking to a New York Times lawyer and offered them photos he claimed showed Trump with teenagers in bikinis in Epstein's kitchen. Imagine if the New York Times had dropped that information around the same time as the Access Hollywood tape. We probably would have never had a Trump presidency, but they didn't publish it, and people have a lot of questions as to why they didn't publish it. And it gets worse. Evidence suggests that Epstein was also in communication with the Russian government during that 2016 election and was prepared to share information about Trump with the Russians. Since 2017, now it makes sense why Trump has always been Russia's little bitch. We thought it was a P-tape, remember? But we always suspected Putin had dirt on Trump, and it looks like we were right. We joked about the P-tape, but it turns out it might be something far more serious. And it gets even worse. Evidence also suggests Epstein was Israeli intelligence. So if you ever wondered why Netanyahu gets everything he wants from Trump, why Trump declared Jerusalem the capital of Israel, why he's helping Israel expedite the ethnic cleansing and genocide of Palestinians and so on, it's very likely because Netanyahu is blackmailing Trump with information provided by Epstein. Just more reasons of the many why Trump is completely unfit to be president. Because we have watched foreign leaders turn Trump into their full-time bitch. And we had a pretty good idea why they were able to do that. Trump is not a president. He's not a leader. He's just a grown man performing obedience for whoever might have dirt on him. Not to mention, there are a lot of rich, powerful white men in these files, and the possibility they might be paying Trump to keep those documents sealed. This stuff goes so deep. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This has a global reach into foreign governments, which is why it is so important to keep applying public and political pressure to have these files released. So don't let up. More people need to be talking about this.
You ain't the mule, honey.
Please subscribe and follow the Harm and Harmony. Ooh, yeah, doggy. Uh-oh, hold on. Sorry about that. That seems to be it. Everything that I have. Let me see if I have anything else for the kings and the queens in my chat. Ooh, you. Donnie is nasty. Donald Trump is a horrible person. You're a nasty boy. Uh-oh. Do y'all think he was letting Bill know right there what he wanted? He was letting Bill know he wanted real bad when he was patting it for him? Yes, One World TV, remove him from office. Yes, God. Trying to see if I have anything else I need to show you, beautiful kings and queens. One moment, please. I think I pretty much have shown everything. I have. So this is
We have some serious
the end of my show. I want to say I appreciate you guys. And I pray that you have a beautiful weekend. And I pray that God enrich you and your loved ones. I will see y'all Monday. Yes, Monday. I love you. Hit that like button before you leave up out of here. You still have time to donate to my channel if you would like to. I love you guys. God loves you. Have an amazing Sunday tomorrow, okay? Good night. Bye.